There's a leaked Pokemon movie, and I'm going to tell you about it in this video because I want you guys to be informed, because it's really cool and it could set some really cool standards for Pokemon going forward. But before that, Gorilla. Yeah!
About to go bananas.
It's a stuffed gorilla!
Gorilla.
And this stuffed gorilla is sad because he doesn't know about the leaked Pokemon movie!
No!
So we're gonna tell him! Ladies and gentlemen, as the great man once said, it is...
And his name is John Cena!
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to save you. I am doing a good deed today. And I don't do good deeds because they make me feel better. I do them because they are the right thing to do. And today, I am going to be saving you from misinformation. What's that misinformation? This YouTube short.
In Pokemon Movie 24. The movie is going to be an all-new story set in the Kanto region. It's been in development for a few years now, so my guess is that it will release during the 30th anniversary or during Generation 10.
Now, I cannot blame this individual because no one really knows what's going on with this Pokemon movie. We only have this image and some basic information. But today, we are going to be talking about it because I think it is very important. And also, I am very interested in it. Some people are saying that this movie has yet to be released and it is going to come out. And the vast majority of people are saying otherwise. So today, in this video, I'm going to be clearing it up. Because I've made it very clear that while this Pokemon teraleak gives me a lot of content and a lot of information for me to talk about, I want to give you guys the correct information. Instead of giving you guys excitement about stuff that is not going to exist, why not give you guys the correct information so you guys can formulate your own opinions and do your own research. After this video, if you want to learn more about this, you guys can go online and go in depth and learn more about it. And if you guys find out more, you can come in the comments and we could talk about it more because this is very good information. So in that original tweet, when the leak first went live, there was a tweet that detailed a lot of the projects that have been leaked in this document. Of course, we had Pokemon Synapse. We didn't have Pokemon Rodeo in there, but it's kind of like the same thing. It's built off. It's kind of like the same timeline. We also had information about the live action Pokemon show that's supposed to come out to Netflix, and we also had information on 2 new games, which was Generation 10 Pokemon Gaia and Pokemon Legends ZA. But they also detailed this, which was a Pokemon movie that was supposed to come out in 2021. And I had to come to Screen Rant to detail this because there are no articles talking about this. This came out, I believe, a couple of days ago, actually a week ago today. So obviously, the Pokemon leak has been going on for 10 days now, and it's been completely tearing up the community. So I want to go through this article because, again, it's Screen Rant. We can't trust everything that they're saying. However, what they're saying about this movie, being a movie that was supposed to come out well before Horizons came out, is correct. Pokemon originally had plans to replace Ash before Horizons with Lost Movie. A recent data breach of Pokemon developer Game Freak has revealed for the first time the existence of a 24th Pokemon movie, which would have seen a new protagonist take the wheel from Ash even before Pokemon Horizons. This film seems to be caught up in developmental hell and looks to have been very different from any Pokemon movie released before. So, from the short that we saw in this video at the beginning, a lot of the stuff in there is correct. It would have featured the original 151 Pokemon, which, if we look at the image, we see a Woobat in there. We see this Dark Void. We see the Pidgeot. We see this weird looking Pokemon that apparently is going to be a Generation 10 Pokemon. Do not take that guy's word for it. I do not know information on that. But this movie has been rumored to have the original 151 in it. So is this a different movie or is this the same movie? We haven't had any details or information leaked on that, and we could potentially have more. But this movie was made back in 2021, and it says so right here, I believe. Details suggest that the film was intended to be set in an original metropolis in the Pokemon Kanto region, which would have rather been Saffron City or one of the big cities in the game, one of the 3 big cities you get to after taking on Vermilion City. The main character was set to be Light, a 15-year-old boy who works at a Pokemon daycare. Yeah, I don't know if this is really going to be this image, because I don't see a 15-year-old boy. That's a female. That's a girl. Okay, that's a girl right there. So I don't know what they're waffling about. He somehow encounters a chubby-looking Pikachu, which turns out to be a mute in disguise. The plot is said to involve themes of promises, friendship, and what it could mean to be a Pokemon trainer. Listed as challenges faced by the production was balancing the story's darker themes with generally upbeat Pokemon world. So yes, as we can see from this image, this was going to be a darker Pokemon story, okay? We could see by, obviously, the darker tones, these weird fucking vines or bridges, this dark-ass building, like, this was gonna be a dark Pokemon movie. But is this the same movie? This does not look like the same movie described as right here. Is this having details in the movie that we have seen before, okay? While there's still a lot remains to unknown about this movie, it certainly represents a major change for the franchise moving forward. And a change in direction like this might just be what the series needed. It is not clear at the moment if production on the movie is continued to 2023 or even to this day. It may be a film that was abandoned. However, the film would presumably have been decently far into development by the time that the leaks takes place, if it was set for a possible 2023 release. I heard people talk about a 2021 release. Now we see a 2023 release, but the fact is, this movie is not released, and we're probably not going to see it released for a long time, if not ever. Okay, and probably not due to this leak, but due to the fact that the Pokemon Company did not have faith in it. Balancing darker themes with a Pokemon story has been done before, and the people liked it. However, it is very jarring as to what the Pokemon Company has been going for the past couple of years. Your rivals are your friends. You guys don't really have beef. You know what I mean? There's no stakes. You're the best in the world, okay? You know what I mean? Everybody's happy and go lucky. You know what I mean? The bad guys, like, are really just misunderstood people. You know what I mean? It wasn't until Scarlet and Violet where we're like, yeah, my father is dead, and here is his robot. Or she, depending on what game you're playing. The idea of a Pokemon film aimed particularly at adults and lapsed fans is definitely an exciting one. Especially if it has darker themes than the average Pokemon movie does. It could have gone a long ways to develop toward breaking the preconception that Pokemon is exclusively for children, without going so far to make it completely unwatchable by children. This movie is offered a very different look at the Pokemon universe. So what this leak could do, I'm not going to read the rest of that, what this leak could do is it could potentially let the Pokemon Company know, like, hey, they want to see darker themes. Or it could lead to this movie being reworked, some things changed, it being released. I do not think we are going to see this movie for a long time, if not ever. This gorilla's sad. Don't follow leakers! They want attention! What do we know about this movie, though? We know a couple of things. We know that this movie was going to be a darker theme. Set in Kanto, it was supposed to be for Pokemon fans of all ages, more specifically aimed at fans like us. Fans older than us, in the 30s and 40s range, trying to bring the entire fan base together. I feel like that's Pokemon's plan anyway, and I feel like without this movie, we're gonna see stuff like that. Pokemon Legends was 100% a darker game. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet had darker themes than Generation 8. We all know this. We can all see this. Pokemon has had darker tones. Have we seen the Typloosion? However, okay, we are most likely not going to see this movie. We see a lot of darker tones going into Horizons. And we see that this movie was being developed before Ash left the anime, okay? We see that they had plans for Horizons to be a darker story. And when you're a kid and you're making children's television, you have to kind of be direct with that. But with this story, they might not have to do that. However, with this leaked image and what a lot of this leaked information on the Screen Rant article is saying, they're not saying the same thing. However, the images are translating to similar themes. So could this image translate to a movie that's being developed and the other concept that we're reading about has been scrapped? Or maybe it's a mix, you know? This is all developmental notes. Again, we have to be cognizant when we are looking at these Pokemon leaks. We have to understand that everybody is trying to get likes and attention while also giving correct information. So sometimes information can become misconstrued and we could be getting half-baked information. It's important to take videos like the one I'm making right now, leaks you see on Twitter, leaks you see on Reddit, and formulate your own opinions and take it with a grain of salt. I do think people should be excited for the future of the Pokemon franchise because getting rid of Ash was a big step. We're not getting him back. It's very clear that the anime wants to move forward with this, as there's tons of other projects that have been leaked, tons of other code names that have been leaked for side games, and all this stuff that we haven't seen yet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a leak video, so make sure you guys take this with a grain of salt. Subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon information videos, nostalgia videos, and everything outside of that. We will stop talking about these Pokemon leaks eventually, but we have to talk about a lot of this stuff because the Pokemon company is really not giving us anything. I will see you guys in the next episode. We'll be back with another banger. I'll see you guys soon. Yeah!
About to go
It's a
bananas.
stuffed gorilla!
Gorilla.
And this stuffed gorilla is sad because he doesn't know about the leaked Pokemon movie!
No!
So we're gonna tell him, and you too!
This gorilla's sad,
Don't follow